Hello guys, welcome to my channel. In this session we are going to be looking at how to pay your employees when they are more than let's say 10, 20, or they are up to 100. In the last video I promised to make another video where if you have more than 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 staff, they wouldn't want to use journal entries to record their payroll transactions. So you probably want to make use of a payroll feature in QuickBooks that will also generate for you a paycheck that you can submit to, or that you can hand over to this particular staff. So first thing first, you have to ensure that you enable the feature in QuickBooks Desktop. Now secondly, once you have that feature enabled, you come to payroll item list. You have to create all those payroll item list over here. So now you see you have basic salary, we have housing allowance, leave allowance, meal allowance, even overtime, medical allowance, telephone, NHF deduction, you see deduction, employee pension deduction, and we even have tax, payee tax. So once you've created this, you have to ensure that you link them to the expense account. So let me quickly show you the expense account. So when you go to list type of account, I have linked each and every one of these items, this payroll item, to this payroll expense. So here you can also see basic salary, medical allowance, vehicle allowance, telephone allowance. So these are all expenses. Now after you are done with that, you have to now go to employee center. So you create an employee. For now we have Abdul Fatah Muniru, we also have Abdurrahman Yakubu. Now if you come to the payroll info, you see I've selected and also imputed the value for these guys, also the deductions. Now if you come to taxes, you also see that I also have payee and the value for the payee. If it changes, you have to still come here. You are not using the paid version of the payroll. You're actually using a manual method, so you have to impute. So if the rate changes for payee, you have to ensure that you come here, and all these ones also, if they changes, you also have to come here to impute. Now you are not using hourly rate, so if you are using hourly rate, you can also work around that particular figure. And if it is annual and if it is fixed, you always use this figure. So now the pay frequency is monthly. So once this is also done, you will do that same thing for all the rest. So you have Abdurrahman Yakubu, you have Asira Bello, you have George Abraham, and you also have Yahya Salifu. All these persons have their own information entered as per the payroll details. Okay, if you click here again, you see I have this for. So now once this is set and done, the next thing you need to do is go to employee and click on pay employees. Now when you click on pay employees, we are going to see how we are taken to a window where we could pay these employees. Now once you are on the payroll, enter payroll information dialog box, you select the date. So the pay period, let's say we want to pay for end of May, and this payment also was done at the end of May. They are also paying from, you select the bank you are paying from, so Premium Trust Bank, and this is the existing balance that is reflected in the bank. Now you have to select check all if it is all the staff you are paying, and if it is not all the staff you are paying, you would need to select them individually. So I want to continue, so which means you can check all, then maybe select one like that, right? So let's assume we want to pay all because we want to see how this will reflect when it comes to paying this. Now before you go ahead, you can see all these informations are empty. Now you can just include 111 for all of them. So there's a way I worked on it. There's a way I the setup I did for that. So once I click on 111, okay, 1. Okay, so once we've done entering this 111, now I had to set this up because this is this payroll feature is not a Nigerian formatted feature, is US with US taxes and other information, but I had to set it up to suit with Nigeria settings. So as you will see, I'm using this 111. Now anyone that you see, maybe for bill Basirat, if you do not pay a medical allowance for that period, you leave it empty, it will not appear on the payroll check. And similarly for any other information here. So with this, I can quickly click on open paycheck detail to see. You see now that because I have this information, I've entered 1111. I could have entered them through this place also, but I decided to enter them through here. Whichever method you want to use, it can still work. So here also I have to include one so that it can reflect the NHF and employee pension. You see, formerly it was not showing. Now once I'm done, and I'm sure the pay period, if there's a class feature, you select, and then every other thing is good and fine. Remember, we have up to 5 staff, so I'm going to click on save and next. Now for the next also, I have to enter also 1, then 1. Remember again, we don't have this feature enabled for Nigeria, so I had to set it up to 1 1. Of course, you can change the value when you go over here or over there when you want to set from the payroll center, I mean from the employee center. Okay, so if it happened that the payroll changes, you can do that. So save and next, 1, then 1, and then I think there is no save and next, there's save and close. Now with this, I can go ahead and click on continue. If I have any other adjustment I want to make, I can just click on finish later and come back to this, then click on continue. So now from continue here, again you are now showing the amount now, the gross pay, taxes, deduction, net pay, employer taxes, if you want to also include that, contributions, that is from employer, then total hours, right? Then you click on create paycheck. Now once you click on create paycheck, you have other options here to print paycheck on check stock or handwrite and assign check number. You can see okay, so let's just quickly, before we can just do a preview. So let's do a preview. So okay, I exited that, so let's go back to, so if you just save and pay employees, I can continue from where I stopped. Pay employees, or probably just edit. So I'm going to click on this edit. You know, I've not done printing, so let me click on the date range. So let's use August. So once you are done clicking on pay preview and downloading it, this is what you're gonna have. So see, this is the employee, beside below the period there, the pay date, and then the information. You can see we have this information all over here, deductions, and also the pay tax 86,000. And if you go down again, you see for George Abraham, you also see the information. You also go down, you see for Yaya Salifu, and then you also go down, you see for Abdul Fatai Muniro, and that is the end, right? So this is for the paycheck. So it's looking like a paycheck. You can print it and hand it over to the staff, and the staff can also quickly look at what the detail is all about. Now once you are done with that, you also need to go back to employee and also pay payroll taxes and liability. You can pay payroll liabilities, which are the payee and the NHF and the pension. You can also adjust payroll liabilities in case there is a need for adjustment, maybe after you've paid and there's a need for adjustment then, or you want to deposit the refund. So let's say you want to pay payroll liability, you're going to select the period for which you want to pay for. So let me just quickly select for June, then click on OK. Now you see all the, of course you can also see this information from your balance sheet. Let me click on balance sheet here. You see here we have payee, we have pension, and we have NHIF, all together 3.6. So you go to pay payroll liability, you also have that 3.6. So you have to ensure that you select them, and they all have their respective payee we are paying to. Payable. So federal mortgage for NHIF, late pay pension, depends. I'm just creating this information for you to make use of. Now you can also look at payroll liabilities report also from here. Then you select the bank again that you want to pay from, then the check date. You can also still review and create. Now continue. Okay, so this the payroll liability NHF. So once I click save and close, that is gone. Everything is gone. There is no longer any payroll liability. So when you go to profit and loss, so let's go to profit and loss. You also see from here that we've incurred some expense when it comes to payroll liabilities, and everything is well spelled out. Then if you want to, you can also do your total show columns by employee, so that it shows each individual detail and whatever you can also select the pay period to see what is actually going on and what you've done. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also drop a question on the comment section if you have any.